Today, I'm going to make letting go easy for you. And letting go or detaching is usually something that people struggle with when it comes to manifestation. So the information that I have in today's video is exceptionally helpful because letting go is critical to allowing your manifestation to come in. Now, the reason why letting go or detaching is usually challenging for people has to do with the law of attraction, ironically enough. Okay, and so when you think a thought, it becomes more likely that you think that thought again. Okay, and so if there's something that you want to manifest, like maybe you want to manifest a new relationship or a new job or money or whatever it is, if you put your mind to that task of thinking about wanting it, thinking about wanting to manifest it, what will happen is that you will start to attract that thought to you. So this is why rumination exists. And rumination is where you get your mind stuck on something and you just can't stop thinking about it. Okay, and so rumination is something that happens because of the law of attraction. If you think about wanting something, you're going to think about wanting it more. And then unfortunately, because you're thinking about it so much, you become attached. And so this is why people struggle to let go. They struggle to detach, is because they are stuck in that rumination cycle that is caused by the law of attraction. But today I have for you 3 techniques to let go with ease. And letting go is easy when you do these things. So you could do 1, 2, or all 3 of them. If you have something that you've been stuck on for a long time, throw a couple of these at it, all right? Because these are excellent techniques to get you out of that cycle of rumination so that you let go of your desire so that it can manifest. All right, so I'm gonna start with a fun one. This is one I really like, and this is one I actually talked about with a friend recently. And this friend is going through a breakup. And at first, she wanted to manifest back her partner. That's what she wanted. Okay, she wanted to manifest her partner back, and she was having a hard time letting go. Okay, and so this was something that we talked about using, and it is a playlist. Okay, create a new playlist. And so for this technique, you're going to use music. Now, what I like about this technique is that what you want to do is you want to go out and I want you to find new songs. Okay, so new songs that you like. Okay, so maybe there are songs you haven't listened to in a very long time. You could do something like, this is fun. This is a fun little chat GPT exercise. You could take songs that you currently like and ask chat GPT to come up with a list of songs that are like that song or that are in that genre. But the idea is I want you to collect new music. So this is music you have not been listening to, and I want you to create a playlist. And then the idea is, starting today, you start listening to that playlist and keep adding to it. Now, why is this a letting go strategy? Okay, here's the thing to understand is that when we get into those cycles of rumination where we can't stop thinking about the same topic, we can't stop thinking about wanting to manifest the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the car or the job or the whatever, when we're stuck in that cycle, what ends up happening is that we become very focused in one particular reality, okay? Because the mind is so focused on one issue, everything else starts to run on autopilot. And that includes things like the music that you're listening to, the routines that you are existing in. When you become obsessed with something, that one thing has your dominant focus and everything else is kind of running on autopilot and you're not really paying that much attention to it. Okay. And so new music is great because what it does is it shakes up your reality. And so it infuses into your present reality new stimulus, new ideas, new vibration. Okay. Okay, so music is a really great vibratory tool, and this is something that I've talked about a lot on my channel over the years. Music has the power to uplift you. It has the power to change your vibrational states. But if you've been obsessing or ruminating or having a hard time detaching, chances are you've been listening to the same kinds of music. Okay, and so when I was talking to my friend who's going through the breakup, this is really important because a lot of times, especially with breakups, people listen to music that reminds them of their ex, or they listen to the music that reminds them of being in love, or they reminds them of meeting that person. And so changing playlists and getting into entirely new music is a great way to shake up reality so that your mind is kind of kicked out of that autopilot mode. Okay. And so when you're making the playlist, again, you want to use songs that are new to you or songs you haven't heard in a long time. You also want to focus on songs that are uplifting, that make you feel good. Okay. So we want to focus on high vibrational music. And by the way, people ask me all the time, what is high vibrational music? It's subjective. Okay, so depending on what genres of music you like, what kind of things uplift you, make you happy, make sure to be dialing into that. Okay, so we want to pick songs that bring us up, make us feel calm or excited or happy, any of the more positive emotions. Okay, but make a new playlist because what it's going to do is it's going to change that autopilot mode that you've been existing in. Okay, and so in your playlist, you want to be listening to this music a lot. Listen to it when you're getting up and getting ready in the morning. Listen to it in your car or on the bus on the way to work or school. Listen to it when you're exercising. But get out of the old kind of music playlists that you've been listening to and dive entirely into that new one. It's going to change your mind from automatically ruminating and thinking about new things because there's a new stimulus going on in the background. And so I do have a quick question for you. If there's something that you're currently attached to, are there any songs that you have been listening to that remind you of the thing that you're attached to? If so, go ahead and tell me about those songs below in the comments. And also, do yourself a favor and stop listening to those songs. Put them into a separate playlist, put them somewhere else for a while, and allow yourself to find some new music to get yourself into a new place where it's easier to stop thinking about and to let go of your current desire. All right, so that's the first one. All right. The next technique that we have to let go easily is one of my favorites because it's very, very effective, and it is pattern interruption. Pattern interruption. And so what I mentioned in the last one is that, a lot of times when we become obsessed with a desire, it becomes our singular focus and everything else in the background starts to run on autopilot because we're only focused on this one thing. Okay, so everything else is kind of running the way it always has. So we're going to work the same way every day. We're getting up and getting ready the same way every day. We have the same kind of routines. We're listening to the same music. We're eating the same kinds of foods. And what that allows us to do is put all of our focus on this one thing that we're attached to. And because we don't have to think about this other stuff going on in the background. So what you can do to help yourself let go with ease is shake up the background. Okay, and so you can do this by pattern interruption. And there are so many different ways to do this. Okay, so for me personally, one of my daily routines that I talk about a lot is I always go to the gym. Okay, so if there's something that I'm having a hard time letting go of, I will change around my gym routine. And it doesn't have to be super crazy, but I'll take a different way to the gym in the morning. Maybe I'll wear different shoes than I usually wear. Or if I have a particular routine, I'll mix it up. So maybe I do cardio at the end usually, but if I have to pattern interrupt, I'll put cardio at the beginning or I'll put cardio in the middle. Maybe I'll talk to different people, but I try to find as many things as I can to pattern interrupt. Okay, so what you're doing is you're taking your daily routines and you're just kind of messing them around a little bit. Drink coffee in a different mug. Shower at a different time, wear a different kind of eyeshadow, but shake up your routine. Now, again, the reason why this is so powerful as a letting go strategy is because what it's going to do, it's going to force you to take your mind off of what you're ruminating about. Because all of a sudden the environment's different. You're going a different way to work. There's different scents and smells and people and things in your environment. And it forces you to pay attention to your environment instead of that singular focus on your desire. Now, another way that this is really effective, but it's more expensive, is to like go on a vacation or to travel. Okay, and so recently my son and I took a trip to Paris, France, which was really lovely, little mother-son trip to go do some stuff. And it's a really interesting thing is that when you go somewhere very different from where you currently live, everything is so different that you really can't focus on your day-to-day problems. You know, all those things that are bothering you at home or all those things that you're worried about manifesting, all of that goes out of the window because you got to figure out where to eat and how to talk to the locals and how to get to the hotel. And your mind does not have the bandwidth to focus on that one desire. It has to let it go. And a lot of times when people go on vacation, I have heard this from a lot of people that when they go on vacation, a lot of times they end up manifesting things. So I have one girlfriend who's a really successful real estate agent, and she always tells me that when she goes on vacation, lots of houses will end up closing for her. It's like she's on vacation, not paying attention, and then all of a sudden everybody wants to close, everybody wants to buy. That's a very common thing that happens when you pattern interrupt. All right, so I have some more strategy here on how to let go easily so you can stop focusing on your desire and it'll just manifest. And this is a really great technique to let go with ease. It doesn't really require much effort on your part. But first, if you enjoy law of attraction videos that teach you how to manifest the life of your dreams, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, go ahead and turn on the handy notification bell. I put out content like this every single week, and I know you're going to find it tremendously useful. Also, if you are new to my work, I would love to invite you to take my very quick 5-minute law of attraction test. If you want to know for sure that you, yes you, really are the creator of your reality, I've designed a very simple, very quick 5-minute test where you can prove it to yourself. Put something out and watch it come back. And to take that test now, please go to manifestingtest.com. Again, that's manifestingtest.com. I'll also go ahead and put the link to that one below in the description, but manifestingtest.com is the direct link. All right, but let's get into our next technique here on how to let go with ease. Okay, so it's easy to let go when you know the tricks. And this one's such a basic trick that it's easy to do. It's simple, it's highly effective. And it's so simple, I almost hate saying it, but it's true, it works, you gotta do this. And it's simply to start thinking new things. Okay, so let me explain a little bit. When people want to detach, when they want to let go, what they frequently struggle with is that it's hard to stop thinking a thought. Okay, so if we've gotten to that stage where we're ruminating or almost obsessed, we're attracting that thought to us. And to tell yourself, just stop thinking that, stop thinking about the boyfriend, stop thinking about the job, stop thinking about the money, it's impossible. It's impossible to stop thinking a thought, especially once you're in that state. Okay, so you want to take that off the table. Okay, don't force yourself to stop thinking anything. Instead, just start thinking new things. And so for this one, what you want to do is you want to kind of come up with a new idea to play with or a new thing to focus on. So the idea isn't just to think something small, but rather I want you to think of like a new genre or a new technique or a new adventure. And so for me, for this, what I like to do a lot of times is that if I find that I'm clinging to something or I'm obsessing about something, I'll get a new audiobook. Okay, so find something to listen to or a new podcast, something that's in a new area or something I haven't thought about in a while that I'm interested in. And then you start listening to that audiobook or you start listening to that podcast or you start taking that class, and all of a sudden the mind has something new to focus on. Okay. Now, again, once you start focusing on something, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's easier to start thinking about it more and more and more. And you may have experienced this before, like if you take up a new class or you take up a new hobby, all of a sudden your mind almost becomes obsessed with that thing and almost your whole life starts to revolve around it. Okay, and so that's what we're really aiming for here. It's not to stop thinking about the thing that you want, because those thoughts are still going to come. But instead, find some kind of new project or adventure or hobby or interest and place your focus in there for a while. And the same mechanism will go to work on that thing that you're interested in. Now, again, the mind can only focus on so much. Okay, and so once the mind really becomes ingrained on this new topic, this new thing, it does not have the space to focus on the thing that you've been obsessed about or ruminating about. Okay, and so it's a very simple, very easy, very fun way to let go of your current desire is simply to pick up a new subject or hobby or interest and allow yourself to play around in there, because the mind can really only focus on one thing at a time. Okay, so as you focus on this, that's going to build more interest, more excitement about that topic, and you're going to let go of that thing that you're wanting. And funny enough, once you're really engaged over here, the thing that you want will manifest, because things always manifest once you let them go. Now, again, remember, if you're new to my work, make sure to go ahead and take that manifesting test. Again, that's at manifestingtest.com. And there is, of course, that link below in the description. But thanks so much for watching today's video on how letting go is easy when you do these things. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And of course, I look forward to bringing you another video soon. Bye-bye.